Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and welcome back to another unofficial H3 waiting room. I wasn't here on Wednesday. YouTube just kind of shit out. I don't know. It was really weird. I was having issues with the main YouTube player, and I saw other people were having issues with that. But then I didn't see anyone else having issues. But the YouTube Studio, site just wasn't loading at all for me, so I couldn't even get to the stream section. Pretty annoying. But I'm back now. I actually do have some quick things I can show off real quick. This is completely unrelated to the H3 podcast, and that's why I thought it was funny. But one second. Had to gotta shake it up a little bit. But my fiance actually made watermelon. It's a watermelon apple lime juice. It's pretty good. And it's good for you. These mason jars are just cool. We got them from Walmart. They have like a little spot where you could put a label too. But BitConnect, real talk. Sorry, I need to put this back now. It's literally just blood. You're right, Alex. I lied to you all. You said it sounds good. Haha. Family, I just scored a Kipling bag I've had my eye on. Kipling. Oh, the brand. Shout out. But let's get into it. I have some Instagram posts that I found recently that I think are funny. I like to show those off every once in a while. Then we got some Reddit posts, and then on to YouTube. Let's get into it. This guy, super talented. I don't even know how to describe this talent. I guess I just have to show it. Even got the slow-mo. This is fucking sick, bro. What are you training for? I'm wondering how many of these say badminton. Yep. Top one's badminton with 1,379 likes. This one's in Russian, or some other language that uses those characters. We all understand what a brother is for. Yeah, let's watch it one more time. Truly a phenom. The little thing at the end is it's almost threatening. I don't know why he does that. But let's move forward. I thought this was interesting. Partial arts. Who's the one training here? That's the real question.
It's just like French lingerie and fancy perfumes and a bunch of woman stuff. Basically, they think you're journey, you're just loading up trains full of kids and firing it out inside of France and trying to ship it back by rail to Germany to extract as much value as
Just kicked him right in the fucking face.
possible as they remain forced to retreat. Now, here's the silver lining. Somebody had the brilliant idea of like, hey, it's not food and it's not beer, but hear me out. The entire third AP is on its way to Belgium right now. And
See, the funniest part is they tell you that the best defense against a knife is just to run away, and that's true. In this guy's case, he has the upper hand. Like he can just book it, leg it, and you're gone. This guy on the other hand, he's got to fight back. Oh no, Alex coming in. I didn't know they did pop-ups. Instagram doing pop-ups now? Hit another one, Alex. They didn't see it. I'm blocking it. Get fucked. I'm gonna have to turn off notifications now. Or create a separate account. Come on, do it again. I'm waiting. Here, we'll watch him go again. They're still fighting.
We show up in Belgium and we give all the ladies there a bunch of French lingerie and perfume. We're going to be heroes, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll wear it for us. If so facto, there's now an entire regiment of M4 Sherman tanks and armored cars filled to the brim of fancy French lingerie and perfume headed to Belgium. Now at this point, while everybody else is loading up lingerie and perfume, the chain command is having a meeting because War Daddy and his tank crew just took out an entire train pretty much by themselves, including 4 German 2 tanks. So we need to get them some kind of
Alex going a little mental.
It becomes clear to the chain of command that these
Come on, after I headbanged in your video, bro. Come on, I thought we were homies. There's a delay. I know it took a while. It's fine. What was I about to say? Oh, there's on the wall, you can see, it says International Karate, and there is actually like a type of karate that, what's the one where they just do, like, where they just show off moves? Because I've seen they have people with disabilities that do that form of karate, where they just do like the different like poses and stuff. I saw that, and I think that might be what this is like a banner for. But then I'm not sure at all, because they're fighting with knives, they're fake knives, you know, they're probably made of plastic or something. But that shit's still gotta hurt, getting slapped with it. Can't feel nice. Nice mouse pointer, I know, thank you.
Oh my God.
It's a classic.
And they would do a better job of moves. And you go in, and you start looking at all the cargo, and it's an entire train, besides the tanks and a couple armored cars along there. All the cargo is just...
like who's I'm telling you, I can't figure out who's the one training in this.
Like French lingerie and fancy perfumes.
Are they both training? And if so, how is this an even matchup?
And a bunch of woman stuff. Basically, they think you're
International Karate Connection Association.
Back by rail to Germany to extract as much value as possible as they were being forced to retreat. Now, here's the silver lining. Somebody had the brilliant idea of like, hey, it's not food and it's not beer, but hear me out. The entire third AV is on its way to Belgium right now. And if we show up in Belgium and we give all the ladies there a bunch of French lingerie and perfume, we're going to be heroes, and then maybe, just maybe.
I'm also trying to... I'm not listening to it at all, but I'm trying to listen to it now, the background.
They'll wear it for us. If so facto, there's now an entire regiment of M4 Sherman tanks and armored cars filled to the brim of fancy French lingerie and perfume headed to Belgium. Now at this point, while everybody else is loading up lingerie and perfume, the chain command is having a meeting because War Daddy and his tank crew just took out an entire train pretty much by themselves, including 4 German...
1 minute.
Did they just say something about grenades and taking they said something about taking down German tanks with grenades using French lingerie.
We need to get them some kind of report. So it becomes clear to the chain of command that these are probably the best tank crews America has right now, and they would do a better job of...
I want to go here. I want to experience this myself. But here, we'll move on to the next thing. This guy, another phenom.
You people that my strength is too much. I told you people that my strength is too much.
His strength is too much.
Fire the motor, come on, put your leg inside. Fire the motor. Fire it.
Get it, brother.
Fire it, my strength is too much. No man can do this. No man can do this. Come on, fire it. Move this car. Move this car. Come on, move it. Move it. Move it. Come on, move it. My strength is too much. My strength is too much. It's too much. I told you people that my strength is too much. I told you people that my strength is too much. Fire the motor. Come on, put your leg inside. Fire the motor. Fire it. Fire it. My strength is too much. No man can do this. No man can do this. Come on, fire it. Move this car. Move this car. Come on, move it. Move it. Move it. Come on, move it. My strength is too much. My strength is too much. It's too much. told you people that my strength is.
I find it the most interesting that he's kind of dressed up like Zangief a little bit. What do we think of him? General excess. Does he do more? Ooh. Oh, what is this?
Strength is too much, I told you people.
His strength is too much.
Yes. Yes.
Salute.
No man can challenge me, no man. Never. Yes. Come on, go. 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 My strength is too much. Yes. Yes. My strength is.
Oh, this is outrageous. Sorry, I need to give General Excess a follow. Yes, crush cinder blocks on him. His strength is too much.
I told you people. My strength is too much. My strength is too much.
This is another little one. This is somebody else, but another
Go power, baby.
Martial arts,
Board
you
breaking
know.
challenge. Us. Up versus David. Let's see who could break the boards the fastest. With a heel foot stop, 7 seconds. Up next, Felix, a Cuban cowboy, 70 years old. Us.
Cuban cowboy.
5.43 seconds. On deck is Marlon. Us. 5.1. Next competitor is myself in the power zone. Here we go. And boom. 4.31 seconds. Next competitor is Derek. And it's going to come close. 5.1 seconds. Up last is Candace, 71 years young. And she has a 16-second handicap. That's right. So if she does it in 20 seconds, she gets the win. Beating my score. She's going to come close, but no cigar. 21 seconds, giving me the win.
Oh my god, he got the win because she had no fucking urgency.
Go. Power,
Let me
baby.
down
Martial arts
completely.
board breaking challenge.
He ate it. He thought he might get a restart if he looked pathetic enough, and they just wouldn't give it to him.
Us. Up versus David. Let's see who could break the boards the fastest. With a heel foot stop, 7 seconds. Up next, Felix, a Cuban cowboy, 70 years old. Us. Go.
Just the name is so crazy. Felix, the Cuban cowboy.
5.43 seconds. On deck is Marlon.
He does kind of look like Ethan's Fester a little bit.
Us.
Ethan's Uncle Fester.
5.1. Next competitor is myself in the power zone. Here we go. And boom. 4.31 seconds.
He's been training.
Next competitor is Derek. And it's going to come close.
It was that hop you did in the back, bro.
5.1 seconds. Up last is Candace, 71 years young. And she has a...
The funny thing is that these aren't even like cut against the grain. Or cut... Is it cut? Yeah, cut across the grain. These literally are the ones that you just like piece back together. They have like a little bit of give and they just easily just... They're two pieces that are literally like just placed together basically.
16-second handicap. That's right. So if she does it in 20 seconds, she gets the win. Beating my score. She's going to come close, but no cigar. 21 seconds, giving me the win.
This hip must be bad. She must not have a good left hip. Which makes sense, you know. Can't blame her. Yeah. Truly amazing stuff. A new, terrible... I don't want to call it a terrible tattoo because I think it's like a, you know... Like a memory, like a memorial tattoo. But... God. Blame the artist, I guess. I think there's music playing, so... Wow. There she is. Sweet looking lady, honestly. Ooh. Did her so dirty. The fact it goes into his eye is crazy. Like, just just everything about it's kind of fucked up. Like, everything's a little bit off. Like, why'd they give her such a thick neck crease? It's not even that bad in the picture. Yo, bro, I'm all done. Take a look. Hey, you want me to shade it in now? Damn, this is after the shading, too. He did, like, a fucking terrible job shading it. The placement in general is crazy, yes. But, like, it's the fact that it almost feels like there wasn't any thought put into the placement either. Like, they just... He was like, I want it on my face, and they just went, you mean like this? And laid it down, and he was like, yeah, that looks fine, sure. Crazy that the artist wouldn't just resize the stencil so it wouldn't go in bro's eye. I have to say, I don't think this artist is a high-level professional, if I'm being, you know. We have to be real for a second. Ugh. Oh, I just realized you made her like super cockeyed too. Like this eye is completely looking off in a separate direction. You'd have to throw hands in this shop. Come on. Gotta do it for moms. There's so much that went wrong at every single step. Honestly impressive. The placement is giving teardrop. Maybe she's his victim. You know, I hadn't thought about that. That's actually an interesting perspective. If he killed her, then the disrespect even adds to it. Also, is this supposed to be a bat under his ear? What the fuck is this? Or over his ear, I mean. I was looking at what was inside of his ear, and it all kind of just morphed together in what I was saying. I can tell this is supposed to be a crown. I think maybe this over his eye is supposed to be... Oh, no, that's words. I think it says Yola. I think it has Yola on his eyelid, but not on his actual... This is a weird placement, too, because this isn't even like an eyelid tattoo. This is just like under his eyebrow. Very odd. But then this looks like maybe a stencil of a bat. The tattoo does look like her, in my opinion. Alex, this isn't about if it looks like her or not. It's if it's a good tattoo. It does kind of resemble her a bit, but the tattoo is garbage. I just noticed the dude's white chin hairs, too. This is a fully... Like, this dude's in his 40s, maybe. You know, now that I have it all, like, kind of laid out for me, I think he's maybe in his 40s, possibly older. Who knows? Well, let's move on from that one. Y'all feeling this tattoo? Okay, I was thinking, is this actually the artist? It's not. I wonder where they pulled this from. It must just be like an artist's Instagram story. Just random tattoo rashes. This isn't actually anything. It's just completely bled out from what it was originally. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen to this tattoo. Give it like a couple months of him like wiping his face and shit. This is going to be fucked. Absolutely fucked. That's why it's like you have to get... Honestly, you need really good artists for face tattoos. Because if you get them done right, some face tattoos can be good. Mostly it's head tattoos, but some face tattoos can be good. But most of them look like they were done in prison. And I know a lot of them were, but like, bro, you're out. Come on, it's fine. You can go to a shop. You don't need to do this inside. This isn't a shop, too. I maybe would give them a little bit of a pass if this was like in somebody's like backyard or like in some, you know what I mean, in somebody's bathroom. But this is definitely on like an actual, or maybe it's not. I honestly can't tell. Nah, yeah, this is a shop. Crazy. Crazy work. And doing the edit with it too. Ooh, this was the one that I was like, has anybody else seen this? Dr. Boxer Watchler. He gives people new eye colors. Are they just doing contacts? Is this just a joke? That's what I'm hoping.
Ready?
I haven't looked into it too
Getting
much.
your olive green. Here we go. Okay, you can open. Look.
Oh my god, it has to be contacts, right? They are. I think they are. Yeah. Okay. I didn't look at this closely enough. I saw it on my phone.
Amazing.
I feel comfortable after one day after. Natural, normal.
And how is it when you looked at your eyes for the first time in the mirror?
It's better than I expected.
How does your wife feel about your new eyes?
Same way. He says it's better than expected.
Because I know that you can tattoo eyes. I don't think you can tattoo the actual iris. Can you?
For someone who's maybe nervous about the procedure, can you talk about the procedure itself?
Procedure is comfortable. Something like a little bit weird because it's not used to, but normal. Everything is normal. Something different, that's it.
What made you feel comfortable to actually
This is how Jay Shetty got his eyes. I believe it.
have the procedure?
It is quick. You don't feel...
He's quick. He's right. Is that what this is? Keratoconus? Keratoconus? Is a progressive eye condition where the cornea and clear front... No. Color eyes, whiter eyes. People don't care how much you know until they... Okay.
The top 3 caps I saw this week.
I posted my soap that gets rid of your acne dark spots.
I feel like this is real.
It's been 3 months since your procedure when you got your evergreen eyes, and how's it been?
Honestly,
Yeah, I know you... yeah, right, like you just do it in... Like it just pools a bit of ink into the first layer of your eye or whatever. I know you can't do like... Well, I've seen some people have some eyeball tattoo. Because most people just get them like fully blacked out. But... Seeing what can happen, don't ever do it. But I think some people try and get like designs and stuff, but it's really difficult because of the way that the ink just spreads. You want these green eyes? Go see him. Go talk to this guy.
Hi, Tyrone.
Good morning. I'm very excited.
What color are you getting?
Riviera Blue.
Riviera Blue.
Riviera Blue
One eye's
eyes.
done. Risks include light sensitivity and scratchiness.
Yeah, this is real. This can't be fake. Either this is real or this is the best troll ever from a real doctor.
How you feeling?
Good. Like I said, the worst part was probably just the leaning back. Pressure's not bad.
This is the first time.
This is my first time seeing like this. Because like I've heard people talk about this, right? Of like, oh, I'm going to get my eyes changed, stuff like that. You can take the pigment out to lighten your eyes, but usually people go blind messing with their eyes. That's what I'm afraid of, right?
Jesus.
Like, that's what I
Wow.
think would happen.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Wish my eyes were open bigger. Thank you so much.
Yep.
I'm trying to keep them open, but I keep smiling. I'm excited for my wife to see it.
oh my God,
How do they look?
they look amazing.
She wanted them to look like hers.
How do you feel?
I can't stop smiling so you can't see them.
You look so handsome.
Thank you.
My boy, Blue. I love it. It looks natural and amazing.
Right.
I love it.
Yes.
Looks phenomenal.
Wow. So, I mean, he does a good job.
You ready to help get the improvement in the arcus snillis?
Okay, he's actually just getting his eyes whitened. I've seen people do that. That doesn't seem like that bad of an idea. I mean, again, I don't know if you can go blind from it. If you can go blind from it, just, hey, have a little bit of a yellow eye. Nobody's going to give a fuck. Genuinely.
Just last week, had the procedure to change the color.
Imagine this guy walking in and try, like, as you're working the register, this guy walks in and fucking looks at you.
Your eyes and
Stares right into your fucking soul.
color did you choose?
Riviera blue, medium intensity.
And how do you feel about the eyes now?
I love them. I love them. It's given me like a fresh start. I turned 61 this week, so it's giving me a fresh start in the next half of my life.
What do you mean it's giving you a fresh start, dude? Just be old, bro. It's okay.
You look at yourself now with the blue eyes. How does that make you feel inside?
I'm sorry to hear that, Carissa, but we're here. We're here to have a good time. I hope things look up from here. Family, 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 family. But yeah, I think this. I think there's a lot more about this guy that would creep me out at first. Then I would look him in the eyes and go, whoa. Like, I'd be like, damn, he's trying to look too young. He's trying a little too hard.
I just feel better about myself. It's just, like I said, I can't grow hair, or, you know, the hair is out, so it just gives...
Dude, it's okay. You can be a bald king. You look great.
Gives me a fresh start of changing my look a little bit, so I'm thrilled with them. Really, I am.
How was the procedure itself?
Very, very easy. For eyes, I thought it was so easy and no pain at all during the procedure. And that night, I had no pain at all. I mean, I took it easy, but no scratchiness, I didn't even know I had it done. I had to keep reminding myself I had it done. I did wear my glasses a lot, but other than that, I mean, it was fantastic. It was very easy. One of the easiest procedures I have had done.
And how long had you been thinking about doing
Well,
this?
I tried the fancy drops that change.
You know, I think that's what it is, and I didn't notice it. He has his eyebrows dyed super crazy. His beard, too, has this weird, like... He's trying to, like, add this, like, a... I don't know if he's trying to darken it or what, but there's, like, this... this schmutz on his cheeks. Look at it.
Changing eye drops for like
6
you did?
Months.
Yes.
Oh,
and
you
they
didn't
never
tell me
were.
that.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it tattooed? I didn't consider that. He should have done what Fousey did. You know, I've seen some people with the tattooed domes that doesn't look too bad. Like, some people do it, and it actually doesn't look terrible. But you have to do it right, and then you have to keep your head clean shaven from then on out, because once the hair starts growing in, then it's noticeable, because there's like a contrast between the hairs like in the back or whatever that are growing out, and then what's not there on top. Maybe you've just got a ducktail, though, a natural ducktail. What's wrong with that?
Oh, yeah, those are totally BS and bogus.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, you know, and I waited and waited, and after 6 months, I'm like, this is not going to work.
Remember, everybody, you're beautiful. You're all beautiful, no matter what. You could lose everything, all your limbs, your face, everything. You're still beautiful. Just, come on, guys. What is this one? A group of us just gave CPR on a plane for 30 minutes to a 9-month-old puppy that overdosed on Benadryl and Valium. Sadly, he didn't make it. I'm feeling quite sad right now. I'm sorry to hear that, Dr. Boxer Watchler. Why did he post... What? Oh my god, that's really depressing. Why did he post that? I'm sorry I read that out. That was just genuinely... I just thought it was, oh, funny little stock image meme. Here, one last one to leave on a good note.
Son, I found this bottle of creatine in your bathroom. That's a steroid. Dad, it's not a steroid. You know when you eat chicken and beef? It's the same substance that comes from that. Where'd you learn that? On Dr. Brian's No Cap Health Show podcast. He talks about the studies on it, how much to use for adults and teenagers, how it can increase muscle size and strength, and also the safety studies in teenagers and adults. Dad, what are you doing? I want to listen. It's really for Gen Z. Son, I found this bottle of creatine in your bathroom. So
he's a real influencer out here. I mean, it seems genuine, right? Oh, what the fuck is this? Okay, I'm giving Dr. Boxer watch. I'm getting a lot of new... I'm following in a lot of new people today. Why it's not always good to take a marketing advice from a millennial. Yeah, this was a terrible idea, bro. Oh my god, I hope there were no actual kids around. It looks like you might be at a golf course or something, which is probably the best place to go. Yeah, I think you might be at a golf course. Oh, Lord.
Yesterday, I had my eye color changed.
And you're
Oh, she's got so much Botox, her face just doesn't move.
a physician yourself, so...
I am a physician, yes.
So you know all about the inside information on medical procedures.
Yes, it was an amazing experience. The pre-exam was comprehensive, and it was the most comprehensive exam I've ever had. I was so excited to have the procedure done because I don't have to wear contacts anymore. I wore contacts for more than 10 years, and so now I feel amazing to have the eye color I want, and it was similar to what I wore when I had contact lenses. Very excited. I have no pain. It wasn't a painful procedure. Today I'm happy.
What did you feel in your research about this one?
This is a very safe procedure. I've read all of the evidence-based medicine out there. There have not been any complications with anyone. But
oh my god. Okay, I mean, hey, she's read all the comprehensive studies. That it's not going to do any harm to you, I guess. Take it from her. He just shitposts sometimes too. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave this page now. It's starting to get me. I'm getting sucked in. Enjoy, oh fella, Brian. Alright, Brian. Take it easy. Tom Ward posted this on his story. At H3 Productions has been sexually harassing me for a year, and I will be taking legal action. It's unknown at this time if Dan will file as well. See you in court, Ethan. News. High Court rules calling a bald man is sexual harassment. Did I say calling a bald man? Calling a man bald. Just calling up a bald man won't count as sexual harassment, I'd hope. But calling a man bald will count as sexual harassment, or it does. So, watch it. Watch it. We're about to see a very hefty case to come out of it. Tom's gonna go into court and go, Your Honor, here's my first piece of evidence, and it's just one of his new beats. And the judge will just go, you know what? That shit was a banger. Award him all his winnings, all his earnings, all his due settlement, whatever. I don't know. I'm not a judge. But, yes, moving on from this. He's coming for you, Ethan. Look out. And then this was on Ethan's story, which has been the talk of the town across the H3 subreddit. I have this on the side. Trigger warning, I guess. This is eyeball tattoos. Most people get the whites of their eye tattooed. And it can result in this insane fucking... Oh, that's so terrible. I had that just pulled off on the side. Don't ever get your eyeballs tattooed. Oh my god. Hey bro, my version of court sounds like a casino because that's what it is. That's why I'm going in there. The police want to bring me into court, bro. Fucking, I'm going to be walking out with like at least $25 chips, two $50 chips. And you know, I'm coming back for seconds. He is going to spend his settlement on Off-White merch. He's going to buy a bear brick. Right? Bear brick? Bear bricks. See, I had bear bricks when I was a kid, and then when I learned that they became like a hype thing, I was like, that's pretty funny. I've never had like a big one, but my dad used to get us, because my dad's, we've always gone to like Comic-Con and different collector conventions and stuff. My dad was big into, anybody heard of Nag Nag Nag? My dad was a purchaser of Nag Nag Nag. A Pusshead, stuff like that. My dad has Pusshead Vans collab shoes. But, so he would get us little, different character versions of the bear bricks. I don't know why I haven't pulled it up, sorry. Bear bricks are at least kind of cool. See, they make too many just lame ones, like Bape stuff and all that. When I was a kid, though, they used to just do, like, you'd have, like, an Iron Man one. Get one that looks like Garfield or Superman or Spider-Man or SpongeBob or Hello Kitty. Terminator. The Pink Panther. Stuff like that, you know. Why is it gotta be white, Alex? Well, it's off-white, so it's better. My dad's a hype beast, on God. My dad's just a nerdy collector, and then it turns out that collecting became the cool thing. You know what I mean? He's not nerdy, though. He's one of the cool ones. One of the cool nerds. He likes, DRI and trying to think of other things. You know, he's an interesting fellow, but yeah, don't know why. Oh, we were talking about Tom Ward. That's why I went off on that tangent. Yeah, sad they've gotten a little washed out for real. That's the worst part. Once something is gathered hype and isn't just like hyped in a niche community, they start to become more like, it's because they start trying to appease the masses, so things just become more played out and corny, if you will. See, I just think that see, I've been saying this too. This doesn't have anything to do with collecting, but Munchie Cheese are better Labubu's, and that's the part that it has to do with collecting. Munchie Cheese are just old toys. I spelled it wrong. But Munchie Cheese are cute Labubu's. They had all types of little outfits. Look, this one's dressed up as Stitch. You know, and they're like, some are dressed as boys, some are dressed as girls, but they're all kind of androgynous. So it's like, you know, it's really inclusive. It's just the truth. But sorry, I keep going on tangents. Do you consider yourself white, Cap'n? I mean, my dad's white, so that's what I have to put on a legal. That's what I have to put on legal papers, right? My dad's white and my mom is Mexican. But we also, my dad's white. He's clearly white, but his family was also like adopted, so it's like there's a bit of like a, you know, we don't know the exact his history there, but I imagine it wouldn't be too hard to track down. And then my mom is just Mexican American. Her great grandparents came from Mexico, but I don't know if we're Spanish or indigenous. I would say my mom looks more she looks more indigenous. I'm trying to think of the exact. One time I looked up different tribes, different like South American tribes, and there was one picture where I was like, that just looks like my mom. I was like, this looks like a picture of my mom. But yeah, so. But maybe I'm just all colonizer. Arr. That's why I get so angry. But back to the topics at hand. Who is going to tell her? So I'm going to play these in the order that Ethan posted them in on his story, but that's mainly just for the context that he adds. This post came after the one he posts next.
A video about how Ethan Klein very much hates his fans and hates his audience, and the only demographic that is currently defending Ethan Klein is white men. Only white men. You can keep it.
Hey. Hey. Yeah, you see, here's the thing. I might be white passing and might have to put white on my legal documents, but I'm in an interracial relationship. So my kids will be able to say whatever slurs they want. No, but I just think this is kind of dumb. It really is just cope, right? I know it's cope coming from me. Like, it's hard for me to argue this point, but make an actual argument rather than just hiding behind, you're a man. You don't get a perspective. Because even if that's true, even if that were the case, that it were only like white guys bitching, does that make the point made any less true? Or does it just make it also true that white guys are bitching? Two things can be true at once, you know what I mean? 80% of the people in here are girlies. Yeah, most of the people that are I think my viewers have gone up to where it's like 60% women, 40%, or it's like 50, because there is like a 10% non-specified or other, but it was something like that. It skews slightly women, which just tells me that I'm not misogynistic enough. But yeah, I don't know. It seems dumb to me to argue that point regardless, because even if there are just mainly guys bitching, really look at what they're saying rather than just rather than arguing that at its face. But moving on, Ethan says, "Congratulations. Almost everything you said is untrue. This is the lady that says my only defenders are white males, lol. Post-truth era got the leftists look more like MAGA every day. Pop off, girly, you're doing great." And yeah, so this is the initial post that she made.
Sometimes I really wonder how current Ethan Klein supporters and current H3 podcast supporters are feeling, because as someone who used to watch the podcast, it's very fucking clear that guy does not care about you guys. I used to watch the podcast like 2 years ago whenever Hassan was on it, and then after the whole leftover situation, I kind of left in that divorce. But like, sometimes I'll dabble into Ethan's streams or like, you know, the H3 streams to see what's going on. And bro, he fucking hates you guys. He's now changing all of this stuff to be like members only, but also like making all of the stuff behind the paywall and all of the comments.
She's just mad. She's mad that stuff's for members now. Wednesdays for members? I've decided the way my streams are going to be, I'm going to just keep doing my streams, and I might just run a little bit longer than usual and not have it be as, like, it'll continue having H3 related content. We're going to give updates, all types of stuff like that. But then it will kind of also just loosely end either before or after the Wednesday shows start. So a little more Cap and Quasar, a little more Quasi, if we will. It really pisses me off when haters say I used to watch the podcast. I don't give a fuck. That doesn't make your point less stupid. I mean, if anything, it nullifies the point, because you do still watch. She says, I watch every once in a while here and there. And it's like, so you do still watch. Don't say like, oh, I just check in. I don't check in on people I don't like, on like content creators that I don't want to watch, things that I find annoying, people that like I can't stand listening to. Why would I listen to it? I'd rather just enjoy my time on the internet. But also, she posted again about Ethan posting her on his story, being like, why are you coming for me? That video only has 30k views. It's not even viral. Why would you talk about me? Even though she has almost 1 million followers on TikTok. So it's like, hey, you're in the battlefield. You have to take what comes. You can either lay down a fort and fortify and stack up, or you can throw some shots and probably get some in return. Hey, if it happens, it happens. And the fact that you're already like a bigger creator on like other social platforms is just kind of like, okay. Like, I mean, it makes it, I feel like that completely nullifies the argument of like, my video didn't even go viral. Who cares? You're another person talking shit. It's more content. Why not?
Are like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing? He posts a video and then deletes it, and everyone's like, why did you delete that? Why'd you delete that? And now Keemstar sent him merch, and he's friends with Keemstar, and he's also about to start dual streaming on Kick. But he talks about how Twitch and YouTube is anti-Semitic. But you want to
never said that like Kick is not not bad. How many times has he shit on Kick? I will say that there is a question there, because it's mainly just about the money, right? It's about going where the money is. If everybody else is going to do it, you got to make money. But I do think that it's interesting to use that as your argument about just to go like, well, what about them? What about them though? Whataboutisms are always a beautiful argument. And I will say too, the other part that kind of annoys me is when people say, you're like, he doesn't care about you, he doesn't like you, I'm a fan. I don't expect him. I think parasocial relationships are so dumb. Like, that's so weird. I love you guys, you're great, you're all beautiful, amazing people, and if like I saw you in public, I give you a little, we dap each other up, maybe we'd have a conversation for a second if the time permitted. But realistically, it's like, I see myself as anything I'm a fan of, I'm expendable. You know what I mean? I'm an expendable part of this greater thing that I appreciate. And I'm not expecting them to like me or want, like, you know, appreciate me, or like, even in the fact that I'm making content about it, like I'm positioning myself on the side of the H3 podcast or whatever. I'm not like expecting some kind of backing. That's not like why I do this or why I watch something. The thing that I appreciate is the ability to find community through like other like-minded individuals. That's the part I like. Yeah, and it's just a podcast on YouTube. I'm making it deeper than it needs to be too. Yeah, you can watch the VOD later. Like, come on. It ain't a big deal. Hey, if the snarkers if they weren't so brazen, they could have had their re-uploads. Let's not forget that stuff gets illegally uploaded online all the time. You could have had your little secret corner of the internet where you were hiding your VODs. But no. Oh, was there one last thing? Oh, I didn't pull this up. Or no, wait, I did pull this up. This brings me on to the Reddit posts. But we'll talk about this and it's an Anna Kasparian post that someone made on Reddit. Don't forget who you're actually insulting when you call someone a clanker. And it's AI Ian. And I'll say, that kind of honestly gives me more of a reason to use the term clanker. If we're talking about AI Ian, like, come on, you expect me to respect this guy? This dude right here. %90 of my hate comments on TikTok start with them saying, I watched the show for years. And then I learned about Israel-Palestine from Hassan and formed my opinion. Because really, it's like, you clearly, if you've been watching them for years, you were like unknowing about Israel-Palestine because they've talked about her raid in Ramallah and like all this shit. They talked about that years ago. So if you've been a fan for years, you must have just been the one that was unknowledgeable. You can't expect to be like, oh, they changed their perspectives. Now they're different. Yeah, Ian is definitely a clanker. So true. Tilt your head to the side. Do you see Norm Macdonald? I gotta be honest, I thought this was Norm Macdonald. I thought this was just like, I was like, why is someone posting an old Norm Macdonald photo? This is crazy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Norm Macdonald died? I didn't even know he got sick. But like one of these, I don't know if you can see it past the, yeah, you can see it a little bit. It's like a 1-to-1. It proves how handsome Norm was when he was young. Absolute stud. Look at that. I just love that all of them are always half blocked by the chat. Nobody gets the joke I made.
But anyways, you know what? I'm sick of these kind of characters. I think we should kill Hitler. Me and you go suicide, kill him.
Yeah, it's like died 50 years ago, probably.
Did he? I didn't even know he was sick.
He wasn't, well.
He wasn't, well. But no, Tom Cruise, he's not looking good, I have to say. COVID did a number on what we remember, don't worry. Well, apparently it did a number on a lot of what we remember. Wireback refers to the Phantom Menace when they blow up the Capitol ship and all the clankers stopped working. I gotta say, I mean, it really does bring up the question of like the soul and consciousness, because Ethan was talking about that, and that's like the whole thing is Ethan was arguing the idea of a soul, but like there are people like that philosophically will argue with you that there is no free will, there is no soul, there is nothing. We are literally just a series of cognitions that are made through different points connecting in our brain, creating new synapses. Is that what I don't remember. Whatever. You can see I'm not smart enough to talk about this, but yeah. Moving on from that. This was what Ethan had posted of Anna Kasparian. Like how I just dropped that point. Just moving on now. I don't care enough to try and stumble my way through talking about it. Yes, synapses, thank you. It's too early for me. But that's what some people will argue with you, that we don't have anything and we're just moving on, whatever. Same old, same old. I didn't choose to move on. It was just my brain telling me what to do. Can we start calling snarkers clankers going forward? I mean, if they're going to say that all the women are just bots, it's only fair, right? All the snarkers are just clankers, because most of them are just like sock puppets anyway, so they're just a bunch of clankers. But this was Anna Kasparian tweeting, and someone said, "Sad, pathetic new low. To be fair, claims they were dancing is very offensive, as there's no proof of such behavior, aside from the witness who called the authorities after she saw it happen. FBI and police documents state that the Israeli nationals claimed they were simply documenting the events on 9/11, which they definitely had no idea about ahead of time. They just have this incredible talent of predicting terrorist attacks before they happen. So I looked into this a while back. I might be getting this wrong and just spouting off conspiracies. I guess let me look it up real quick, because I swear what it was the only information we have about the dancing Israelis comes from the FBI, and it is was the idea that it was sorry, I'm trying to pull up it was basically that after the World Trade Center got hit, in a different part of town there were people spotted on top of a building recording and dancing, and they were like happy, like doing whatever, like, you know, showing out. And then the FBI arrested them, interrogated them. They turned out to be Mossad that were doing covert operations in the United States. But then the FBI concluded that they didn't have any connection to the World Trade Center attack, and I think they might have just been removed from the U.S. or something like that. But here's the thing: if you're going to believe any of it, it all comes from the FBI. You know what I mean? So you're either believing that any of it's true, or you have to believe that none of it's true, because you don't just get to go well, in parts, there's certain things. Oh no, Ethan's story? Oh, he's got the Esteban today? Is that why? Good morning, everyone. I would like to shout out all my white male baddies on the subreddit. Oh, are we having him on today? Oh, let's go. I thought that's what you were talking about. Let's go.
He'll be on the H3 podcast today. Ooh. Hope to see you there.
Ooh. I'm excited. But here, let me look up what it says. It was reported that the Mossad informed the FBI and CIA on August 2001 that as many as 200 terrorists were slipping into the United States and planning a major assault on the United States. The Israeli intelligence agency allegedly cautioned the FBI that it had picked up indications of a large-scale target in the United States and that Americans would be very vulnerable. In September 2001, New York Times and Israeli newspaper Haaretz reported that 4 hours after the attack, the FBI arrested 5 Israelis who had been filming the smoking skyline from the roof of a white van, or it wasn't the roof of a building, okay, it was from the roof of a white van in the parking lot of an apartment building, because it was in the parking lot of an apartment building, for puzzling behavior. They were charged with illegally residing in the United States and working there without permits. The Israelis were said to have pulled into the parking lot after the destruction of the first tower and videotaped the remainder of the disaster with what was interpreted as cries of joy and mockery. The incident became known as the Dancing Israelis in conspiracy theory circles. Police found the van and search revealed $4,700 in cash hidden along with foreign passports and a box cutter, which aroused suspicions and led to the detention of the occupants. The men were held in detention for more than 2 months, during which time they were subjected to interrogation and polygraph tests before being deported back to Israel. The 5 men worked with the company Urban Moving Systems, Inc., owned and operated by Dominic Suter. After the men were arrested, the FBI searched their offices and questioned Suter. However, Suter fled to Israel before he could be questioned further. Eventually, Suter's name appeared in a May 2002 FBI suspect list, along with the September 11th hijackers and other suspected extremists. It was basically, there were ideas that the Mossad was in America spying on local Arabs, and then through that they were gathering intel about terroristic things that were happening. But it is like a question of who knows what other other lives they were imposing on, but I mean, if they literally in August were sending information to the FBI about it. But again, all this, you either have to believe the FBI and the police or not in this case. But yeah, that's basically the dancing Israelis, the whole theory behind it. So I don't know. I mean, it's just stupid. Claims they were dancing is very offensive, as there was no proof of such behavior. I mean, the proof is the evidence that they were... It's as much proof as that they were recording, right? As it was someone's word that they then investigated. But yeah, Anna Kasparian just promoting more anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Because again, it's like you break it down. The idea isn't just that they were recording in the U.S. and spying on Arabs. It's the idea that they were there coordinating this attack and then colluding to... it was Israel did the attack. Like the whole conspiracy theory is literally that Israel did 9/11 and used it to... impose like a more harsh perspective on Arab culture and Muslim culture in general and stuff. Yeah, if you're down the dancing Israelis rabbit hole, you've gone too far. Yeah, it is just, but it's also just stupid because the people that learn about this stuff don't actually know anything about it. They just fucking spout off about like the single sentences that they heard, like, or that they read in like, you know, one bit. Like, it's just so stupid. But Destiny responds to Ethan criticizing him about attacking Hassan. And I have to say I disagree with this point, and I'll explain why. Ooh, I just realized we're at 888. Shout out. Angel numbers? I always forget what these are. The 888 angel number symbolizes financial abundance, personal growth, and spiritual alignment. It signifies that you are receiving rewards for your efforts. Thank you, all of you. I really do appreciate everybody. Is that just what 8 signifies? And then it's like, because I know it's like it's all about like multiplicity. You add on to it as you have more of the same number. Yeah, she is Armenian. But thanks to everybody that's in here. If you haven't already, remember to like and subscribe for content every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and also on other days when I decide to stream, but it happens. But yes, thank you so much, everybody that's in here. Destiny responds to Ethan criticizing him about attacking Hassan.
Ethan and Ela scold Destiny for helping Hassan reframe the conversation. Oh, what is this?
Oh, I remember this was like super quiet.
Has nothing to do with what Hassan did to me. I don't know anything about what Destiny did. This is not a three-way situation.
I didn't even know anything about this. Apparently, Destiny, in response to Hassan's essentially calling Ela a valid military target, I guess Destiny, who's a total fucking dumbass, who again, we had like a flawless victory here, and this dumbass went there and gave Hassan the ability to cry and be the victim, right? Which he did. Now he's been on his Instagram stories being like, oh my god, I'm getting...
Why? I don't understand how people allow... I don't understand...
I still don't really know who Destiny is, LMFAO. That's why I don't understand why he keeps getting linked to Ethan. Here, I'll explain it to you. The reason Ethan is linked to Destiny is because Destiny used to be a professional StarCraft player. And Ethan used to watch him as a professional StarCraft player and was corrupted in his mind. It's just stupid. It really is dumb. Destiny was Hassan's ex-best friend on the internet. They had a debate about Kamala Harris, and then basically it started imploding from there and falling apart. Because Hassan can't handle any pushback. He kind of hated different moments where Destiny was seen as smarter than him. And then Destiny has come out over the years to be a piece of shit. A really bad guy who doesn't seem to care about people. Very sociopathic in nature. But I wouldn't claim him to be an actual sociopath. But yeah, that's basically who Destiny is. But here's what Destiny said. Well, I guess they don't show what Destiny said, but Destiny said something along the lines of, it would be justifiable to kill Hassan or something like that. How crazy.
That's right, being like, oh my God, I'm getting.
Why? I don't understand how people allow Trump does this, Hassan does this. These people will always reframe themselves as the victim. Why take the bait? I don't understand why people take the bait so hard on this. Like, Hassan will always look for anything that he can in order to try to blame somebody else or divert to something else. Or
you can not care about optics, but then you are always going to lose. So like his argument is just, why care about the optics? And that's just a dumb argument, because anyone looking like from the outside is only going to care about those little clips that they see or the segments that they catch, not every single 12-hour stream that Hassan does. They don't care about what Hassan actually said when he can just show the new clip of Destiny saying something crazy. Like it's literally that simple. Because if they can post this clip as like a retort, then yeah, you can clip your own thing or whatever, but it's just like, then it's just it's a game of whataboutisms. And your point becomes stagnant, becomes stagnant, and just loses all credibility because you've stooped down to their level. And again, you cannot care about optics, but that's literally like the way of the world. Yeah, a lot of people win by win without playing by the rules, but that doesn't mean you're going to. Like, it's just that simple.
Or Bad Empanada says, or whatever else, you shouldn't be so fucking afraid to just stand on whatever shit you say. It's so insane to me how spineless every online content creator is. It's the unilateral disarmament thing. Like, if Hassan can literally go online while Jewish people in the United States are literally being assassinated by insane people, and then start saying like, oh, this is why all forms of violent resistance are totally justified, even if that means against your favorite content creator wife or whatever, that is some unhinged and crazy shit to say. I think you should make the other side uncomfortable with what they're saying. I can't.
But you're not making them uncomfortable. If anything, you're proving a point, because you are doing the more outrageous take. When Hassan is like he is trying to like code it and veil it in a way that makes it more palatable. And when you come out more abrasively, which is literally like Destiny's whole, I don't even know what you'd call it, his whole aesthetic. We've been talking about aesthetics lately. I need to do a new aesthetic stream, but that's just like his whole bit. It's just being like he said that he was glad that the guy died instead of, like, he was like, the fact that the guy was at the Trump rally means that it's okay that he got shot or something along those lines. It's like, you might make that joke with one of your boys, but when you say that in public, be prepared for people to... Because my whole thing is like this, right? You should espouse values that you might not always be able to uphold. If you are willing to like dig in the dirt and like, play in the mud or whatever, like, you've already lost. So I don't know. That's just kind of my perspective on it. But let's let him continue. This goes on for a minute.
Be this retarded defense of, okay, we have to be careful about every single thing we say. We can't possibly say anything even remotely similar to them. Like, bro, if you're going to give justifications for murdering people in real life, yeah, people can very easily turn around and justify the same shit about you. Like, that's just factually fucking true. Make them contend with that fact rather than running around and trying to make sure that every single possible thing that's said on your side is possibly the most perfect thing. Like, it's so fucking retarded. You will never, ever win on this. We're learning it in U.S. politics. At some point, maybe the online world will learn this, I guess.
Death threats, you guys. Yeah. What do we got? This is unbelievable. We need to do something about it. It's like, oh, you don't like it when people give death threats to you? That's fucking really interesting, dude.
Like, that's the message, right? Like, if Hassan cries about it, that's good. He should cry about it, and he should feel uncomfortable about it, and he should be mad about it. So he should stop doing it. Like, that's the message.
Yes, Destiny, but you realize you are playing the bad guy in that moment. So be prepared for the same kind of like, that's, again, it's fine if he wants to be that guy. But he needs to understand that if he's going to be that guy, he's going to be the one catching all the shit. Because I understand what he's trying to say. There's like, it's clear. But to us, it's already clear. It'll never be clear to the people that have already like sided with Hassan. The people that have already thought that the perspective that Hila is some kind of a valid, at any point was a valid military target, is just kind of a, like it was unnecessary.
Hassan wants to cry about any shit that I'm typing in my fucking chat or whatever, which, as far as I'm aware, by the way, doesn't have any association with communities that do death threats, doesn't have association with communities that swat people, doesn't have association with communities that mail skulls and call CPS to people, doesn't have association with communities that are calling violence. That's, at least as far as I'm aware, right? If Hassan doesn't like the fact that I'm typing something in my offline chat, then every piece of criticism he gives me can be 100 times amplified in his direction. The idea that you would like, I don't understand why you would take the bait on this so fucking hard and be like, oh no, guys, don't hold Hassan accountable at all. Don't say anything. Oh no, guys. Like, what? He's always going to do this. He will always divert, and he will always cry about random shit.
But because of Destiny's dumb fucking ass, he went on Discord, and he said something like, somebody should kill Hassan Piker. Just something.
Oh God, and Ethan takes the bait so hard. I've never said it in my life. What?
Brazenly insane. For the record, I don't believe anybody should do violence on Hassan.
Stupid and crazy, and we would never say anything like that, and I have nothing to do with.
I saw it from what Hutch said, and it was like when Hutch was talking about it, and it was something along the lines of, he was using the same kind of like, I mean, obviously he said something right because he's making the argument on this point, but the whole point is that he's trying to create a counter argument to the claim that Hassan made, right? Like, it's pretty simple.
Yeah. Well, apparently he's my closest collaborator, if you ask. he's hiding under the desk.
If no, but it's like, roommate, it's like, yeah.
Hold on. Hassan has something to say.
Oh.
If Destiny was my roommate, I get him late all the time.
Oh. Right, because you're a bro.
Now that's closeness.
They read Hassan's tweet about what you said, not what you actually said. What did you say? Something along the lines of like if this is the, like, if this is the norm for political commentary, you could very easily justify attacking or killing Hassan. 100%. If it's
I didn't say that you should kill Hassan. All I said was, if we're playing by these rules. Like, what an argument. What a great thing to say. All I'm saying is, like, it's just so... Okay.
It's going to be that every single Zionist, every single Jew, everybody in Israel, even your content creator's wife or whatever in the West Bank, like, if that's the norm,
crazy.
Then you could basically kill every online content creator you want. Like, if that's how we're going to run these norms down, it's fucking insane. I don't know.
Yeah, this point makes absolutely no sense. That doesn't extend then to the whole point is it extends to Hila because she served in the IDF. Not every streamer has partnered with a person. I guess Willie Mack is, right, because his wife is from Israel. So badminton means that means she was in the IDF, even though she left at like 3 or something. But yeah.
Somebody find the quote of what I said. Like, that's a wild fucking world. That is an insane thing to say on a fucking show where your audience is heavily associated with people who are actually swatting and calling the cops and doxing and doing crazy shit on people.
No, it's Alex, I get what, because yeah, it is the exact same argument that Hassan's making, and I think that's the point that Destiny's trying to make, is that he is making the same argument, and it's just as bad, but if that's the rules we're playing by, then oh, you're the one who set the rules. And yeah, it is stupid to try and make that argument at all. But yeah, it's just, I mean... But he also gets it wrong there in saying that he's playing by their rules. Because you could use other examples of like the fact that Hassan supports terrorists, yada, yada, yada. But it doesn't extend to every streamer or whatever.
I'm sorry, but that's fucking true. If you want to throw a fucking, crybaby party and piss and moan and...
But yes, Hassan and Destiny are the two sides of the same coin. that is the truth.
No, shit your pants over it, then stop doing it. It's super easy. And I will keep saying things like that, and I'll constantly keep doing things like that. And I hope Hassan keeps fucking crying about it. And I hope that fucking Ethan misquotes me because of some shit Hassan said. I don't give a fuck. Get mad, stay mad. You should. If people want it to not happen, then stop doing it. It's very fucking simple. It's very easy. This whole obsessive thing of like, if we just act above and beyond, and if we're just more moral, and if we just keep doing this above board, blah, blah, blah. No, it's fucking bullshit. If they want to write the rules, if they want to say that you can make thinly veiled, or I say thinly veiled, basically just full-on death threats to an audience.
Well, again, you're just fucking... your argument is basically, let's stoop down to their level. Fight fire with fire because the water's only making a bit of smoke right now.
People who are exactly reading it that way, because Ela can see it from her fucking Instagram comments, you can see it on fucking YouTube comments, and you can see it with all of the unhinged and deranged people, okay, that are orbiting these communities, then yeah, no, fuck it, that's crazy. I watched Hassan, I watched somebody else watch Hassan, like, I think for 4 hours, I couldn't stay tuned the whole time because it's fucking retarded. For 4 hours, Hassan is like reading quotes from, like, just reading down my Kiwi Farms thread. Political commentator, by the way. Like, it's like reading fucking leaked sex messages and shit from me. Like, are you okay, bro? And then right after, it's like, yeah, these people don't live in my mind at all. I just want to talk about the news. You are fucking brain broken retarded if your takeaway is like, oh god, no guys, we have to be really careful about what we say on our site. They don't give a fuck, bro. No one cares. No, this quote from Hassan was like fucking 4 days old and nobody was covering it or saying shit about it. Like, yeah, it's so fucking cringe. Does Hassan actually feel uncomfortable? No, of course he doesn't. There are ways that people act when they feel uncomfortable. When people feel uncomfortable, they stop streaming or broadcasting. They hide on the fucking internet. They go offline because they're worried about shit being said about them. They stop engaging with certain people. Hassan loves it. And he comes to it. He loves when people carry these types of narratives. Oh, Hassan is afraid of his life or because of that bullshit. He throws himself into this shit constantly. He constantly throws himself into this shit. He knows when...
No, that's the whole thing though, is yeah, it's like, at a certain point, he should know how people are going to view this, but his whole point is he's arguing that optics shouldn't matter because the optics are already bad. So, like, and that is just so dumb. That's just
what he's doing. Argument. I can't believe people take the fucking bait on this so much. Like, these comments are delusional. Destiny, don't you say your comments gave Hassan an out? You should have kept his feet in the.
No, yeah, I know. He just can't. He can't not say the R slur.
Fire instead of putting your text on.
Trust me, I remember being 16. I remember. Hell, I remember being 18. I won't lie. But come on.
His feet are not in the fire, bro. He doesn't care. This is the same thing that happened with Trump. One day you guys will learn, or you'll never learn. I don't care, one way or another, right? Is everybody constantly thinks, what is it? Oh fuck, I need the minor meme. Yeah, not that kind of minor though. Where's the guy who's like, fuck, I can't draw at all. Do you guys, does anybody know what I'm talking about? What's this meme? What's this meme with the gems?
Oh, he's trying to do the digging. I bet you could just Google. This guy's a fucking idiot. Took me one Google search. Took me quite literally one. It keeps getting cut off by the goddamn chat. There we go. Collect your diamonds. What was the point of drawing this out?
The gambling meme. It's like we were just one more day away from Trump. We were one more day away from the Republicans. We were one more day away from Hassan finally being held accountable. But then one person said a thing. We were just...
See, the difference between Destiny and Hassan is like when you were in high school and you had to do like a Socratic seminar, and Destiny is the nerdy kid that really was hyped on it and like prepared all of his points and completely like just had everything written down and is going to get super angry anytime people divert from the topic at hand. And then Hassan is the frat bro, the little, you know, the jock that came in and is like, I'm just about to win this on vibes. He's the jock with straight B's who's like, Hey bro, I signed up for AP English next year. Hey, just saying. AP Lit. Hey, just saying. And that's kind of the difference I see in them. But then this was crazy too. I'm not going to play the audio. I'm not even going to play what he really did. Oh, it's no longer available. They took it down. Hassan was fucking streaming. I don't know if maybe this was like allowed. Maybe they just the advertisement you can play. But I'm more concerned about the fact that he literally played it and said nothing. What's the point? Like, I would talk so much if I showed the King of the Hill trailers. I haven't tested them because I don't want to test them. But the King of the Hill trailers, the South Park trailers and episodes showing like some things. There's a few YouTubers I watch who talk about it. You know, Johnny Two Cellos, Shady Do Rags. Is that it? You know, a few pretty good ones. But just restreaming, we're being silenced. But yeah, Hassan was just restreaming the South Park bit with Towley. It's so sad, from the new Integrity Farms episode. Not gonna lie, the hardest part about doing videos on these topics is having to listen to Hassan. Not even joking. Is it his voice, or is it the things he actually says, or is it both? My vote is both. I've always had an issue with listening to Hassan, but a new little update for everybody. LolcowLive has Wings of Redemption back. Is he redeemed? No. And as we know, the crew got their skulls from Keemstar. He said that he sent them skulls in their stream before the show, like the day before, and then the day of the show, or the day after, they reacted to this bit, and this was pretty funny. They reacted on LolcowLive.
Welcome back, Wings of Redemption. And isn't he?
Yeah.
We're gonna get enough shit for wearing. Well, I mean, we look forward to his redemption, right? That's right. Well, it's all memes, guys.
Okay.
Ethan.
This bitch right here. Who's this guy down here?
Okay, that's the Keebler Elf love. All right, yeah. Ethan, look at this picture. All right, y'all look fucking beautiful in those hoodies. And that's a good group of people with some drip. All right. I don't know.
Yeah, except this guy right here with the fucking beanie. Look at what the sun you got. I know you got some sour face on you right now because you know I ain't got no bitch in my blood.
I don't think the hoodies are hideous. I think they look cool. I think they look good.
I do too.
It's all memes. We're all locals now. Everybody say Daniel Keemstar. Daniel Keemstar. Roll it. Say this. It tastes like beef jerky. It tastes like beef jerky. All right. Let's go.
I think there's a little bit more.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, come on. You guys look great. Look at this.
It makes me want to actually go get my hoodie's been hanging in my truck for like 6 months now.
It's because he was fired. It's because he was kicked out of the show. But then they actually have Billy the Fridge on because Billy the Fridge was apparently driving drunk during a stream on another one of the Lolcow universe podcasts or streams or whatever you want to call them. He was driving drunk for some reason. The only reason I know about it is because I saw on this episode, I think it was, or this one.
He's like 470 pounds.
Why did you leave, Rastov? A detractor, right? I can be your best friend or an apex predator. Jesse,
I'm glad Keem's a good friend now. Hit me up, Keem. I'll come on LolcowLive. I'll take my shirt off just like Wings does.
He's gonna lose 10 pounds just by celebrating the pay picks and crowns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's so many new cash cows. Welcome, guys. Saber, Son of Pirate. Who else do we got here? Demon. Guys, thank you so much, everybody. Cole Bond, welcome. All right. So Jordy, here's what people are wondering, right? When you were gone, can he? I don't think he can hear us yet. Damn it.
That was a dirty trick you played with back.
Billy is an immovable object. How can he drive drunk? You know, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. But here's the real question that we have now. How do we feel about the VODs? We're not going to just be watching LolcowLive, I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint anybody that wants to watch all of the LolcowLive updates. It's more of just kind of the same, if I'm being completely honest.
Oh, there's a kid that keeps coming to my door, and I'm going to confront him right now.
Yeah. Join with your phone. Join on your phone.
He's going to. That's what he's saying.
Oh my God. Guys, thank you for the members. CC, thank you for the
Oh,
members.
this is pretty good,
CC,
actually.
Thank you for the Medjurius. Thank you so much.
What happens if this kid's packing some fucking heat, dog?
All right. I want to see the Nom Nom. Thank you for the 5 bomb. We need more 5 bombs. Hurry up.
Dude, what the fuck do you want? You were here yesterday. What do you want?
We can't see Boogie.
I am the homeowner. What do you want, man?
Sorry, did I catch you at a pretty bad time?
Yeah, dude, anytime. Do you see the sign that says no solicitors? You soliciting?
Big ups, pimp.
Yo, what the fuck? You were here yesterday. I didn't answer the door when you were here yesterday. I'm not going to answer the door today.
Ask
Fuck
him to
off.
define soliciting.
Who represent so I know who not to buy from?
I'm with Vivint.
Who?
Vivint.
Who the fuck? What do you do?
I just stopped by, saw you guys have Simply Say.
I don't buy shit from random door-to-door people. It's 2025. Like, go find somebody who's fucking retarded. Go, what the fuck? And don't come back.
Boogie.
Don't come back tomorrow.
Call him a Ronald McDonald looking motherfucker.
Oh. What? There's a bunch of toys that
That wasn't tough enough, Boogie. Quick, grab your gun.
Dude, I didn't realize Boogie's office is so close to his main door.
Oh, yeah, he's
the whole
right there.
problem with Leo. Like, the door's right there, dude.
we need members for that. He called him a Ronald McDonald motherfucker. All right.
They've given
I'm
15.
seriously pissed at that motherfucker.
All right. Thank you, Riley and friends. Thank you so much, Paradoxal. Thank you so much, Siren Syrup. Thank you, Nom Nom. Thank you, CC. Thank you, Mad, with the 5 bomb.
See, I agree with everybody in chat. I think the VODs are a great way to have it splits the format a little bit. So now the podcasts can be more fun and be more loose, be interviewing fucking what's his name? Still don't have a title. But it can be interviewing that guy, stuff like that. And then have these more serious topics that can actually just be 20 minutes or 1 hour. Be 20 minutes or 1 hour instead of 40 minutes or 3 hours on the podcast when there's tangents and all this stuff that happens. Having this nice edited format is like going back to the original H3 Productions. It's interesting, really. It really exact same format. But there's similarities there, having the edited form, having an actual editing process, knowing that you can inject other videos or other context into it when needed. I know that the format will keep improving, and we're going to actually look back on the two that not the one that came out yesterday because it's an hour, but go check it out. They talked about the dark secret of Lil Tay's OnlyFans, and this was something I was saying in the Girl with the Microphone's chat. This is I think the reason that they want to do more VOD style content is because traditionally the videos and VODs have done worse when they're uploaded on this. These were at a period when the podcast was getting 1 million. Let's look 8 months ago. Yeah, 8 months. Okay, never mind. I'm a little off. They're okay, they're a little bit closer now. I think over the time they've started to gather more views, but I remember when they first came out, they were about half of what they were getting around the time of posting them in terms of podcast views. But as we can see, these ones are slightly lower, and I think that they want to just encourage more content on this side. Because I've been thinking about this, right? Because YouTube is broken up in this way. It has the videos, it has the shorts, it has the lives, it has podcasts, and it has playlists. You can add podcasts, you can add lives, you can add videos and do them kind of separately and have them be their own style, so that people that are coming to you can be coming for different elements of the same channel, without having to divert them to a bunch of different channels that they may or may not have notifications on for, like the highlights channel, because like these do not do that well. And I know weren't they talking about maybe moving them over or something. There's a lot of talks, you know. There are. Fuck, internet tough guys in here. I got wrecked again. But here, let's listen to the death threat. Let's hear Ethan's perspective on this.
Sunday afternoon, I'm relaxing with my family, and I get a text from a friend with a link to a video in it, and it's a video of my good old friend Hassan Piker claiming that my wife Hila would be a valid military target. Let's take a look.
DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants. Okay, it is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly moral. Okay, 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area. This is black and white. Okay, it doesn't get more black and white than this. Israel is in the wrong. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself. And every type of armed resistance against both the settlers.
I honestly like the idea of letting different people host the different sections of the podcast too. Like the one when Ethan had Morgan kind of lead the Reddit section. I thought that was kind of a good aspect because, you know, we like to hear from the different voices as well.
And also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these Iranians. Doesn't matter if they're...
So Hassan has been trying to claim that he meant only people during the raid would be legit to exact violence on it. But even if it's true that that's what he meant, why is he making it sound like she escaped justice? Wouldn't that justify a form of justice catching up to her? Right? It's something she has coming. Right? Why even include a specific person who hasn't served in the military in 20 years? Why does he mix up past and present tense while he's discussing this? You know, is this a responsible use of his words and his platform? Don't you think that even if what you're saying is true and you meant only people on that raid would deserve violence, that invoking a specific person is really appropriate and true? And doesn't that have the risk for...
And yeah, exactly. We can get more VODs of things like Goss Talk and Dishing with Dan. I think all of those are perfect for VODs. And that way we can I think keeping the podcast light is a good idea. I know we're still going to... I mean, everybody knows the type of person Ethan is. He can't not talk about something if it's on his mind. So I'm sure it'll all bleed together in some ways. But they've seemed to have started with a started from a good footing, I should say.
For provoking the craziest people in your audience to think that maybe it would be a good idea to kill my wife, right? Like, what are we talking about, dude? And also, Hila was a secretary, okay? Him and all of his friends here, they're trying to invoke the image that Hila was somehow some commando that was...
Ethan should go back to reaction videos. The coughs are annoying. Once he goes back to reaction videos, his cough goes away. His GERD is cured. I will say, bro needs his inhaler. He needs his inhaler and whatever the fuck. He needs his lean. Sip that lean. Hit that inhaler all day. Stop the fucking coughing.
Constantly going into raids and kidnapping people in their sleep. She was not in a combat role. She was a secretary. She never fired a bullet outside of basic training. Okay. And Hila is what these people always dream about. She's an Israeli Jew that left Israel. She's an American citizen of 15 years now, a mother of 3. This is the idea of
the perfect Israeli, one that leaves. Despite all that, Hassan is suggesting that it would be a moral victory for someone to murder her. This is actually the 4th or 5th time someone has directly called for violence against me or Hila on Twitch since October 7th. And so far, none of these people...
After researching Israel-Palestine for hundreds of hours, I only learned 2 things. I will never truly understand the conflict, and 2, Hassan has no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, those are 2 pretty clear. I mean, I always pronounce it wrong. The Levant, I never know how to pronounce it. Just that region in general is so complex and so because people act like, oh, there's no religious, like it's not religious in nature. It's all just about imperialism and this and that. And it's like you don't understand that like that region has been wrought in like religion and through religion and shaped through like different religious extremist groups and stuff. So it is all like relevant to talk about that. But and then beyond that though, there's also just all the different forces and different because like if you look at it, it's like what the Romans controlled under like as the Byzantines. And then it's like the Ottomans and the Islamic Caliphate and the like all of them have had like dipped their toes into the Levant and like specifically Israel Palestine, and so the region itself I feel like is just so complex, and trying to understand it is like you come to realize that like that's why trying to understand the history almost has no bearing on like what needs to happen. Like now it's about like figuring out what is the best outcome for the people of today rather than looking back at all the times that people have been wronged, because obviously people are being wronged and that's the thing that needs to be fixed, but in a way that isn't just going back to some previous, because like it's just stupid if you really look at it, right? What the British did after World War II, disgusting. Terrible, horrible stuff. But it also wasn't like they came and conquered the land that had already been done after World War I, because the Ottoman Empire, and don't forget, Hassan's always Ottoman posting. The Ottoman Empire had control over Palestine and dissolved after the 3 pashas tried to overtake the government and all that with the Young Turks, and then that basically started the like downward spiral of the Ottoman Empire that then dissolved after World War I, because they weren't too far back, but they weren't as advanced as certain militarized forces, especially like British forces and stuff. And so the British mandate was put in place after the Ottoman Empire dissolved. And so the British mandate was already in place before like the Nakba or any of that. And I saw this one video that was so dumb, where it was like a video of Israel Palestine from like the 1880s or something like that, and all the comments were people being like, look at Jews and Muslims and Christians all living in harmony, all living in perfect harmony, when they were literally living under dhimmi status and like having to pay jizya and couldn't own land and like all. And of course it's like, oh, it was only in specific regions. And it's like, yeah, being a second-class citizen's awesome when it only matters in certain places, right? It is religious. Ignoring this massive side of the conflict is insane to me, and so many of them just write it off. Let's go back to hunting and gathering. I need to hunt and gather for shoddy. That's so true. If we all just go back to that, we don't have to worry about war anymore. Just get with your bros. Be like, hey, shoddy. Hey, fine shit. Hey, fine shit. Y'all go gather. Me and the boys, we finna go hunt. And you're good to go. Yeah, the best experts in the world hesitate to call themselves that. In contrast, Hassan says that there is no simpler thing than Israel-Palestine. Like, it's just, it is just so, like, even, yeah, the people that are the most knowledgeable on it don't speak so knowledgeably. Like, they don't speak as knowledgeably as Hassan does at times. It's crazy.
Have been punished for making these threats. And I don't expect Hassan to meet any repercussions for this either. Right? And Hassan himself has a troubling history of calling for political violence. Here is the infamous tweet he made to Tom Cotton, a sitting congressperson. And no matter what you think about Tom Cotton, what Hassan tweeted is fucking mad. This is the gun that a vigilante used to assassinate Shinzo Abe, former Prime Minister of Japan. This is the schematics, the exact gun he used to assassinate this guy. So, I mean, he is directly suggesting that somebody make this gun and start killing politicians. There's no other way to interpret this. But nothing seemed to really happen from that. This is his most recent one where he's saying somebody should kill Rick Scott.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
There's about 50.
So this is once again Hassan referring to a sitting congressperson looking straight into the camera and saying, kill Rick Scott. Of course, he'll explain it as Rick Scott committed some Medicare fraud and yada, yada, yada. But again, he has a massive platform and a responsibility to choose his words carefully. He can't be doing this and then also claim that he's against political violence. It's just not what he's exhibiting. And once again, there was a recent example of him sitting next to the great Taylor Lorenz, laughing about how an official was forced to resign after receiving death threats. He's applauding it. Go ahead.
874 Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical
Death
now.
threats.
This is an unprecedented time to really get others on board, to explain to them that it's not your neighbors, it's not like a Guatemalan migrant that is responsible for all the shit that you're going through on a daily basis, not a trans person. I think this is a unique opportunity to get even Deborah's and Barbara's on board with that, like White Wymons. And you actually wrote about this, and it was a great video where you talked about,
Do you think he actually read what she wrote? Or because he just immediately, he's like, I'm going to put that to the side, though. It was a great video you did as well.
Opportunity to get even Deborah's and Barbara's on board with that, like White Wymons. And you actually wrote about this, and it was a great video where you talked about, someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean. That which is, I think that shows that there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped potential, untapped revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact. And it's a great opportunity.
Alex starting a cult in chat. Alex can be the son of Fat Love, prepared to be crucified, my friend.
For organizing, I think, in these unprecedentedly horrible times.
So when he says someone has to do it, he's referring, of course, to the act of assassinating the president. Now, I hate Trump as much as any other lib, but I do not want anybody to kill the president. I don't think that would help. I think that would probably not help. But that's the point. That's what he doesn't want it to help. He wants to collapse society, frankly, so he can, usher in this revolutionary period. Do you guys know what stochastic terrorism is? You hear this term thrown around a lot, but let me define it for you. Stochastic terrorism refers to the public use of inciting rhetoric, often vague or coded, by an influential figure to provoke violence from a predisposed individual or group, with the perpetrator able to plausibly deny responsibility for the resulting violence. It is a form of political violence where the instigator's actions are not a direct call to violence, but rather a calculated use of language that is statistically likely to incite violence in a suspected individual. This is, when I read this, it kind of blew my mind because
I prefer the Scholastic Book Fair. Just me? I used to get the little eraser farm animals. A lot better than terrorism.
This describes to a exact T the kind of language, that the pattern of language we're seeing Hassan deploying. This is it, you know? In his own words, by the way, and very ironically, Hassan said this to me when I was on his podcast.
I think he is a narcissist. I mean, when you watch that video, the narcissism rage at CoffeeZilla was insane because his video was just.
I mean, it's posturing now. If you're going to court,
me big, internet tough guy, big, internet tough guy on top. I agree with internet tough guy right now.
It was so wrong.
Speaking
about
of caveman,
everything.
yeah, but listen, if we've learned anything about the court of public opinion, it is deny, deny, deny. If you let on any kind of, I should apologize for this, then the mob, then the horde has something to latch their teeth into. If you go with the Donald Trump school of medicine, no, you're simply wrong. What do you think you see in the court? People go, oh, there might be something to that.
Yeah, you deny, you deflect, and then you counterattack the person who launched this investigation on you, and you try to claim that there's a hidden bias there. And most lizard brain dipshits who love you unconditionally will go, oh, finally I have an out to defend this person, right?
Why does he why does he feel so comfortable giving up the game? But I guess it's answered by the question of two, which is, why do people allow it to themselves to be fitting this description?
Now, even when he told me that, I was thinking in my head,
that's why Hassan got a haircut, is because he knew the ponytail made his head look even smaller.
You've thought a lot about this. I haven't thought about it that deep. And if you go back, though, every time Hassan is accused of something, this is exactly what he does. This is his playbook. Never apologize. Always double down. Always accuse your accusers of being hallucinating, crazy, etc. This is exactly his playbook. Since Hassan and many of his friends have employed this violent rhetoric against me and my family, me and Hila rarely leave our houses or make public appearances because of the constant and overwhelming sense of danger. The last 2 years, we've spent more time inside than ever before. And we stopped doing our biannual live shows, right, for over a year because of the fear of violence being enacted not just on us, but on our fans and our crew. This, by the way, is resulting in the crew directly losing money, as these live shows, we would donate the entire box office to the crew. And we did this twice a year. It was a significant source of revenue for them that's now been shut off out of fear. We've been forced to hire a full-time guard at the office because everyone in the office was feeling unsafe. And me and Hila are both waiting for our concealed carry license so that we can finally feel safe in public again, which is not easy to get in California, and it's going to take over.
Oh, that's why they weren't pressed when Dating and Money walked up on them. Nah, see, they've been stressing. That's just a front. He actually has it already. He doesn't want you to know that shit's on him.
Over a year, probably. And I usually choose not to talk about this stuff because the provocateurs who will revel in it, because this is their goal, right? They want me to be afraid. They want me to be in my house. They want me to avoid doing public events. They want me to cower. So this is very much giving them what they want. However, in this moment, I do feel the entire context of how language like this affects me and my family and my crew and everybody around me. Twitch has served as the most prolific source of leftist radicalization, terrorist propaganda, and anti-West sentiment. They foster, they elevate, they protect the most dangerous and inflammatory voices. And it's obvious to anyone paying attention that Twitch is being run.
Have I gone to a live show? No, I have not. It's sad. I've just always had, like, literally been busy around the times, like the I can't even remember what for. I just remember each time going like, damn, I have this obligation that week or whatever. And it's far, so I'm not gonna make too much of a commitment, you know. If it all lines up.
Ideologues that agree with Hassan. And it's obvious to anyone who's paying attention, they use the terms of service as a form of political activism by harshly punishing people that they're opposed to and granting near total impunity to their allies like Hassan. The CEO has even stated on record that Hassan is his favorite streamer. In the past, there's been a coordinated pressure campaign against Twitch advertisers with some success. But the entire Twitch executive team remains protected, despite the head of inclusive marketing.
Are you in Cali? Who's asking?
The head of inclusive marketing once tweeting out, what is the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jewish kid? And I'll give you a hint as to the answer. It's only one returns from camp. What's the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jewish kid? Only one returns from camp. The head of inclusive marketing at Twitch. Now, this person, as far as I'm aware, has faced 0 administrative correction and continues to this day to hold her position as head of inclusive marketing at Twitch. The irony is so thick, you could cut it with a knife. Now, while some sponsors have no doubt left, there's still enough remaining that Amazon has not been forced to intervene. And I would encourage anyone using Twitch to contact advisors as soon as they're served to you. If you use Twitch, if you're watching, when you get an ad, write them and say, hey, I would like to know why you are spending directly your dollars to support violent extremism. Why are you supporting a platform that sanctions, protects, safeguards, encourages, promotes language?
Bruh, I see how it is.
Like what Hassan just deployed against Hila, and show them that.
Internet tough
Why
guy,
is
don't
Hassan
get no
on the
credit.
homepage
Internet
every
tough
day?
guy, big
Every day
sigh.
when I go there. Why? I want to give a shout out to AT&T, by
you
the
guys hurt
way,
Internet tough
who
guys'
recently
feelings.
has been telling people that they sponsor on Twitch that Hassan's not allowed.
Why aren't you doing the streamer games? AT&T is part of the sponsors, and AT&T doesn't fuck with me.
Big up
It is what it is. Why?
So they asked Ludwig, Hassan's friend, who, by the way, who very bravely was like, hey, listen, buddy, you can't be in my videos anymore. I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to openly support you and you know, encourage you. My girlfriend's going to do a podcast with you, et cetera, et cetera. But AT&T, they're crazy. They don't want you in any of our videos. You know, shout out to AT&T. Let's see more of this and less of Hassan in these videos. I am encouraging you guys to pressure advertisers, to pressure Amazon, to pressure Twitch as a last resort. This is a plea for sanity, that something be done before it's too late. On behalf of myself, my wife, my children, my crew, all whose safety has been compromised, to please help us stop this. This is madness. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have a title or a thumbnail yet? No? Still no? Less than 8 minutes to live. And this is what we get? Here's a little clip someone had made of Ethan's worst college stories making it into the stories now. Ooh.
Worst UCSC memory, somebody said.
Who did this?
UCSC is where I went to college. Obviously, that's the.
I'm sorry, buddy, but I don't know who did that clipping.
My worst memory from Santa Cruz. UCSC is where I went to college. Obviously, that's the University of California, Santa Cruz.
They're all a little quiet.
Oh, there's so many to pick from. My God. I'm trying to think if one stands out. I'll tell you, a few of them stand out. I was in
Willie Mack's title. What is Willie Mack doing? I reported Destiny to the police. We can watch this real quick. Should we do story time or this? I guess I should do the poll. We could probably do both, right? It's not like we're going to be on time. Why does his head look like this guy from SpongeBob, bro? What are you talking about? His head looks normal. I know you're talking about this. What are you talking about? His head looks fine. You're seeing things. But here, let's watch Willie Mack while I put up this poll.
To the police, this is not clickbait and entirely has to do with the DMs he sent me. A few days ago, a Reddit post showed that the girl Destiny shared Pixie's nudes with was seemingly confirmed to be 17 years old due to her getting doxxed. There is almost a 0%.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I reported Destiny to the police. This is not clickbait and entirely has to do with the DMs he sent me. A few days ago, a Reddit post showed that the girl Destiny shared Pixie's nudes with was seemingly confirmed to be 17 years old due to her getting doxxed. There is almost a 0% chance that she was not 17 during that time. So I do what I usually do and reached out to get a comment. He said the girl, Rose, told him she was 19.
Sorry, Willie, this just came out, but I'm sure you'll be able to recoup the views.
In college at the time, and that the leaker
like
Solo, who is her ex-boyfriend, confirmed that she lied about her age to him. This is true. In similar scandals, this is where people usually argue, is he lying? Did he actually know the age? Is it his fault if he was catfish? I usually wait for all the details to come out before I comment. This is not why I went to the police. It's because he continued to write. I didn't know this until way later, but the videos she recorded with other guys, the file names are like screen recording, blah, blah, blah. And then he shows me a screenshot of the top of a video clip and says, her boyfriend was recording these on Skype calls. That's absolutely insane to think about him doing all of this if she was 17. Well, this is insane to me because he's saying Rose's boyfriend recorded CP while sending me a screenshot of the alleged CP. So I asked to confirm if he just did that. If you were sending me this, I'm guessing you still have that video. Destiny replies, depends on why you're asking. But yes, I created copies of all of our messages and everything when that court case started, just to be...
You're not allowed to copy child porn. That's not how that works.
Clear, he's admitting to having alleged CP downloaded on his computer. He literally has...
I downloaded it for evidence. What's so wrong with that?
The video open as I'm talking to him. I go, bruh, there's been allegations at least since my last video that she was underage, and you still have potential CP of her?
I don't like how Willie started trash talking Augie after he missed his message to play video games. I haven't heard about that, but hey, Willie Mack can be a whiny little bitch maybe, but he can also be right. Both of those things can be true at the same time. We must hold many truths.
Plus, I have an obligation to preserve relevant evidence, etc. So I created...
Yeah, no, the way he was so coy about it. Why do you ask? Did you just send me a screenshot of CP that you have? Why do you want to know? Like, bro, come on.
Backups of all of the important / relevant conversations. He continues, I don't think I'm allowed to delete it, LOL. I don't know if it counts as hiding / destroying evidence. And I reply, talk to a lawyer, that seems crazy to me. Who keeps this sort of stuff on their computer without 100% knowing if they're supposed to or not? Isn't that something you want to confirm? I continued, you just let me know you have CP videos.
I mean, honestly, the smart thing to do in that instance of if you think you were sent illicit material, you take immediately to the police and say, hey, I don't know if this is illegal. I don't know what the what the protocol is for this, but I didn't want to delete it at the risk of being in trouble for having it at all at any point. I did not ask for it or whatever, yada, yada, yada. But clearly that is not the case in this.
Saved to your computer. You knew it was alleged that she was underage. You still have them.
You're a weirdo, bro.
So now I've confirmed that this guy has child porn on his computer. In my 8 years of reaching out to people over allegations, I've never had anyone admit that to me. The last message he sent me was, 1, I don't even know 100% of her age was legitimately less than 18 when these were taken. So basically...
I don't know.
He's not 100% sure if he has child porn on his computer. He's just 99% sure. Got it. 2, I'm pretty sure I have an obligation to preserve stuff related to my court case. I've talked about it with my lawyer already, specifically with regards to the Rose stuff. So we went from I don't know if I could delete this to my lawyer says it's totally fine to keep. I don't know the law, but the idea that his lawyer would tell him to hold on to CP for a civil case just doesn't seem likely to me. I don't know. LawTube can figure that out. 3, if something were to come out of this, I don't know if I'd want to wipe everything and not have something to turn over to the authorities. If hypothetically, whenever a political creator is about to give a hypothetical, you know you're about to hear some weird shit. If hypothetically her boyfriend or whatever was actually trafficking her or getting her to fuck other dudes on video for him, and if there was ever some kind of investigation into that, am I hurting the chance of looking into him by deleting all of this stuff?
No, you end up being a participant in the exploitation at that point. If you have videos that were part of this, like what? Even if you didn't solicit them, you still have them. If I hack a porn site and get the porn, like it doesn't make it any less, like, you know what I mean? Like if I hack up like an OnlyFans site or something, it doesn't matter what way that you got it, you're still you have. Like, that was a terrible example. Sorry, that was actually like the worst example I could have given. Because the crime there would have been the hacking, but I genuinely can't think of an example for this. This is kind of fucking crazy.
So now the reason he's keeping the CP is because of a hypothetical criminal case that he is not pursuing at all. Okay, maybe these reasons are legally sound advice that came from his lawyer. Maybe he's lying and just saying anything to me.
Do you think Hassan and Destiny shared people's nudes when they were friends? Well, given the fact that Destiny is proven to have sent nudes to people before, and Hassan talked about the ethicality of how to ethically show somebody the nudes that they have on their phone, or how someone can peek and just accidentally see it, I think that it's more than likely. I think that it's more than likely that they've shared nudes with each other. They went on Jerkmate and were just sending photos back and forth while they were talking.
Make it sound better to me. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I just know this guy's admitting to having CP in my DMs. 60 gigabytes according to him. Seriously, how does he know the amount if he doesn't have it? Also, how does her boyfriend being in the wrong somehow make Destiny in the right? It makes no sense. For all he knows, her boyfriend could have been 17 as well. Dude, you were 33. I reported this to the police and recorded my interactions and calls with the detective.
This is just so funny to me, just being like, hello, the streamer Destiny. The cop on the other line is like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
My interactions and calls with the detective.
William, how you doing? It's Officer again.
Hello, nice to speak with you again.
Question.
Sure.
You had screenshots or copies of the...
Yes.
When you guys spoke about having child porn and all that?
Yep. I also sent him my DMs with Destiny. I don't know if any...
Hey, Willie Mack, you shouldn't have said yes to that.
You guys spoke about having child porn and all that?
Yeah.
I spoke about him, not us having it together. Let's clarify here.
Yep. I also sent him my DMs with Destiny. I don't know if anything will come from this. I don't like leaking DMs, as me respecting what creators want on and off the record allows me to talk to all sides of the situation, builds trust with the creator, and also allows me to get follow-up statements for when the drama develops. But when you tell me that you're in possession of and going to remain in possession of CP, that confidentiality is over. I shouldn't even need to say that. If Destiny ends up being legally in the right to keep it, then fair enough. If he ends up getting charged, then I'm glad I did something. I'm just trying to do the right thing in a situation I've never been in before.
He's basically doing what Destiny...
He's not 100...
He's doing what Destiny should have done when getting this initially or whatever. Like, when you got this part initially, that's probably what you should have done, is gone to the police. Good job, Willie. Good job. Good on you. But back to story time.
In the throes of my anxiety disorder, and you know, before I had this anxiety, I used to love doing drugs, like psychoactive stuff. Like, one of my favorite high school memories, which I did right before I went to college with one of my best buds, we took mushrooms, and it was like so fun, one of the best nights ever. And I really wanted to be able to feel that again. And every time I tried, because of my anxiety, it just was always like, not just awful, but like the worst. That counts even with weed, especially with weed, I'd say. And so I was hanging out with all my friends in freshman year, and everyone was smoking, and everyone looked like they're having so much fun. And by the way, people watching this, you don't Don't ever feel fucking peer pressure to do drugs that you're not comfortable with. You're the master of your destiny. You can have fun.
I was muted. Don't ever be peer pressured to do drugs.
Without drugs. Listen and trust me.
You know what? I'm just gonna come out and say it. Fupa Troop was right. We gotta come out and say it, guys. I'll be the first one. CP is wrong. Or sorry, it's I always forget what the new term is that they use, because the idea that porn is sometimes consensual, but you can never consent to a child CSAM? Yes, CSAM, that's it. Child essay material is what it stands for, but it's CSAM. I am against it. It's wrong. It's bad. It's evil. Disgusting. Huh?
No, with
Destiny fan?
Getting peer pressure to do drugs that you're not comfortable with. You're the master of your destiny.
He's the master of destiny. He's the one who told him to save that stuff on his phone. It was Ethan all along.
You can have fun without drugs. Listen and trust me. Nothing wrong with being...
Hey, you can have fun with drugs or without drugs. It's completely up to you. You are an individual who's allowed to make decisions on your own. If you want to have a fun time on drugs, go for it. If you want to have a fun time off drugs, go for it. It's all about what makes you have fun when you're trying to have a fun time. You get what I'm saying?
Sober. Peace and love. Peace and love. Listen to your body. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. But I wanted to try. So everyone looked like they having so much fun. I think it was edibles. So I ate some edibles. I started to feel a little something, which was fine. But then when it hit, I felt like I was having like a straight up schizophrenic, full blown mental freak out. And then the worst part is because of the general anxiety, you're very in your head about it, like, what's going on? Why do I feel this way? And then you kind of hype yourself up, like, I'm freaking out. I don't know what's happening. It's all about that, right? You kind of ruin it for yourself in that way. Am I high right now? No. I haven't smoked.
See, that's why it really is. I feel like doing drugs is mainly about letting you have to go in with a mindset of allowing yourself to let go to the experience. Because if you go in with any type of anxiety or like neuroticism, you're going to be prone to panic attacks or having some kind of bad trip. Because I think like one of my craziest experiences was one of my first experiences on salvia. Before I had ever taken LSD or anything like that, I did salvia 20 times. And if we're interested in that story, I can tell it. But because I think I've told my story of the first time I hit a bong, my first bong rip. And that almost makes me think that they were smoking salvia, because that was also kind of a trip. But the salvia trip was something else. But let me know in chat if you guys want to hear it.
That's like 12 fucking hours of just pure dread and doom. And the worst part is like you feel like you're like, this is just what I'm going to be like forever now. I'm never going to get better. That was one of the worst memories for sure. There was also another crazy one where I got stuck in a tree overnight. Have I told you guys that story? I spent the night in a fucking tree, y'all. I was with a girl I liked, and she was probably like my high school, or not high school, my freshman year girlfriend. She was an exchange student, and we hit it off and whatever, yada, yada, yada. There's this one climbing tree on the school campus that's kind of at the back of the school, and you have to do a bit of hiking through the forest. Now, Santa Cruz, if you guys don't know, is set in a really vibrant...
Yeah, salvia can be found at a lot of like smoke shops and a lot of different places. I'm pretty sure it's legal. But I don't actually, it might be, I don't know for sure. Because I'm pretty sure isn't DMT illegal? Because that's like what they say is salvia is like kind of a lesser DMT in a sense. Yeah, we are low on time. Here, I can tell my salvia story pretty quick because the trip happens in about 7 to 10 minutes. but it feels like that's your that's your entirety of your experience, of your existence. And in my experience, what had happened was I had smoked this out of this pipe and took a hit. I exhaled. I think I had to take 2 hits or something like that. You're taking a couple hits. I think I took 2 hits and I exhaled, and I put a beanie over my eyes. And when I put the beanie over my eyes, I laid on my back and I felt my chest start rising, but it started rising infinitely. So it just kept rising more and more and just kept going until I couldn't feel my body anymore. And I was in like this, altered state where I couldn't feel the existence of my body. And in that, I started perceiving different fractals and different moving shapes and different things. And when that happened, it kind of opened up at some point, because I was seeing that for a while, and then it kind of opened up, and I was in a hallway, and I was traveling down this hallway, and through the hallway on either side was a conveyor belt. And the conveyor belts were in the shape of infinity signs, and the conveyor belts had Russian nesting doll people. The people were in the forms of Russian nesting dolls. They were all the same size, but they were moving along these conveyor belts, and they were telling me to move to the end of the hallway. They're like, go to the end, you're almost there. Maybe they were trying to get me to die, but they were like, you're almost there. Make it to the end. You need to get to the end of the hallway. And I was like, okay. And I wasn't scared or anything, but I was like, I need to just kind of go with it and see what's happening. And I'm going, and I'm traveling to the end of the hallway. And before I get there, I wake up, and I kind of wake up. I come out of it, and when I come out of it, it's almost instantaneous, because I take the beanie off, and I look around, and I'm like, what? Whoa. And I asked the person I'm with, I'm like, was that real life or is this real life? Was that real life or was this real life? And I remember I asked that a couple times, and then I needed to go step outside and sit down and be like, oh, okay. And then I was fine, and I kind of just chilled out. Yeah, it's like I was lining up to go to hell or something. It was pretty cool. I ripped 2 bowls through a bong and didn't get anything cool like that. Nah, see, this is salvia. Salvia is different, and that's why I ripped my first time hitting a bong. I cleared a bowl, and it was a big gram bowl, and I cleared it myself, not thinking about it, because I was just trying to take a hit, and I cleared it. And then in that, I don't remember too much of it, but I swear that I lived 1,000 lives in my head. And this was what makes me think that they were, because I'd smoked weed so many times up to that point, but I had never had anything like this happen. But this was after my salvia trip, so that's why it makes me think that it might have been salvia, and they just didn't tell me, which is also kind of crazy if they didn't tell me that they were smoking salvia. But then I started living 1,000 lives in my head after I took this fat rip off the bong for the first time. And I lived 1,000 lives in my head. I've told this on stream before. And when I lived this 1,000 lives, I eventually was a bald man, a middle-aged bald man, who was walking up to his fridge. And I remember I walked up to my fridge and I opened the door. And as I opened the fridge door, I was like this, and I looked up and I saw the people sitting across from me. I had explained before, there was also a moment where I was stuck in a loop where they were looping this instance of passing the bong back and forth, and it looped for a long many instances. But yeah, it never stopped me from doing more stuff. See, it's all about the mindset you go into it with, because if you're afraid you're going to lose it, then you're probably already in a mindset to lose it. So, stick with your gut. Don't do the things you're afraid of. Who needs to conquer their fears? This is 2025.
Redwood Forest. Let me show you guys Santa Cruz Forest. It's actually really beautiful for that, but let me show you guys kind of what I'm talking about here.
No, yeah, it might have been Tom or Dan.
With my magic. Oh yeah, it worked. What's up? Yeah, so this is what Santa Cruz looks like. It's this massive redwoods, beautiful old forest. It's very beautiful, but there's a lot.
Exactly, mindset and surroundings. and test your drugs. If you don't test your drugs, you're setting yourself up kind of like, I guess I shouldn't say that because that sounds bad, but also I guess know what drugs are and test them. I don't want to like sketch people out and be like, every drug you get is going to be laced if you don't test it. But you should be testing your drugs if you want to do drugs consistently. Or if you want to do drugs at all, honestly, test your drugs. It's for the best. Drug testing kits aren't that expensive. And, yeah, Tom Ward suing Ethan, so sad. But, because one time I did fake LSD. There was one of the other, I forget what they call it, fake. There's like a name you call it, research chemicals or something like that. Yeah, I think they just call it like a research chemical or something. But basically, what it was it almost looked like THC wax, like THC extract wax. And when we took it, it didn't give us the same hallucinogenic trip that you would normally get. And it literally just depleted all of our energy. And I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. And usually, for the people who have never done LSD, at least from my experience, it gives you like a burst of energy. Like it usually lasts for about 12 hours. And through that 12 hours, I've like walked miles and like done like, I've done like a lot in those spans. But at this time, literally in the span of an hour after we took it, we tried to walk from like one point in one park in a neighborhood to another park in a neighborhood. And while we were doing that, it literally felt like my heart was going to stop. And then we got to this point, laid down at the park, like at the table at the park, like the picnic table thing. Laid our heads down, and I was like, man, this isn't good. I need to go home. And then it actually passed within like a few hours. It didn't last what a full LSD trip would be, which is how I also know that it wasn't real LSD. Well, research chemicals are just made because there's like basically to make LSD, someone has to be a bit of like a chemist or something. You know, they have to understand how to mix these chemicals and create these different products out of it. And if you don't do it the right way, you're just going to end up making some shit that's going to fuck with your brain and with your body. Yeah, support your local weed shops. Yeah, at this point, if you live in a legal state, especially, going and getting weed from a plug, you are risking everything. Go to a weed shop. Order it for pickup. And go get it if you're in a legal state. If you're in an illegal state, I get it. There's issues. But test it if you can.
A lot of life and stuff in there too, as you can imagine. And so we went hiking, through a forest, much like, this one, to get to this climbing tree. Let me see if I can find a picture of it, actually. I bet there is one.
Yeah, synthetic drugs can be much worse. And LSD is usually a mild, I won't say usually, it can be a mild effect depending on the amount that you take. And I've had experiences from very low, just happy-go-lucky feelings all the way up to like out in the like cold in like just a t-shirt because I'm like really warm, seeing like fractals and like stuff in the stars, because like everything moving around because I'm tripping. It is fun, in my personal opinion, but I wouldn't recommend it as like, yo, it's this. Some people are weird where they're like, yo, bro, it's so crazy. You need to experience this. And it's not for everybody. Everybody has their own things that they like. And see, because LSD doesn't actually make you see, unless you have, like, you're predisposed to some kind of mental illness, LSD won't make you see things that aren't there. It will merely it causes like a melt effect most of the time. One of my funniest experiences on LSD was I was in a group with people, and this guy tried to show me his phone and show me a meme that was on his phone, and his screen was completely cracked super bad, like completely cracked all the way down, and all you could see was this tiny little corner. And since I was tripping, like everything was moving around, and since it was all moving around, I was trying to look at it straight, and I was like, what is he trying to show me? And I thought like it was just my vision was messed up. And then I realized, oh, his screen is super cracked, and I start laughing. And I start laughing because his screen is so fucked up. I can't see what he's trying to show me. And then he goes, I know, right? It's so funny. And then pulls his phone back and starts looking at it again. Oh.
Hello, everybody. This is your host, Ethan Klein, coming at you live from sunny Los Angeles, California, August 20.
Well, there we go. We're starting a little bit late. Wow, 12:48. Who said that? Someone said that in chat. Someone said 12:48 in chat. That's crazy. But thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm going to keep doing it even with the member streams on Wednesdays now. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This is Captain Quasar signing off.